Hello everybody and welcome back to Aurora 4X. I of course am Sir Beardian, and today we are hopefully going to finish assembling our new missiles, our new frigates, and ideally we are going to be hopefully seeing if we can get ourselves a working bomber. So let's get stuck into it. First things first, we're going to get our missiles designed and our launchers done. Except I think we already have those. But we're going to need fire control for our missiles. And have I designed that yet? That is in the... Put that to the top. So that's going to get done as soon as the frigate fire control is ready. So we have our fire control, we have our missile designs, everything is progressing nicely. We're working on some additional technologies that will improve everything else. About the same. That was they're not actually too far apart. Yeah, our sensors and our missiles are a little bit on the low side when it comes to capacity, to be honest, which is really annoying. 9.6. Okay. Alright, frigate fire control should be ready. Then we can start our wallabies. There we go. Excellent work. Alright, wallaby S. No, this is sensors. We need cannons. And we are going to swap the 6K for the 8K. So 6850. 6850, same tonnage, good. Can the hull still build both? Yes. Excellent. Okay, so we have our cannon. Now, we could... It would be most ideal if we could squeeze another 400 kilometers a second out of Wallaby cannon. However, I don't think that's going to be super practical. The new power plant would shave like point. Well, then again, it does have 4 of them, so it'll shave like 0.8. That would bring it down to below 136, maybe. But I don't think it's really too huge of a deal. We could stick in an ECCM, but we don't have any ECM to deal with at the moment. So there's no point putting tonnage and resources into something we don't need right now. We got maintenance storage, we got fuel is fine. Yeah, I'm really just not really seeing anywhere that we can squeeze more speed out of it. We could make it a little bit bigger, but then that would mean putting another extra engine on it, and no, that just becomes too much of a hassle. Okay. Fine. We're just going to run these wallabies. So the cannon and sensor variants, which are perfect. We've got... Where's the terraformer? Okay, so potteries we're going to leave. They're not well, they are obsolete, but they're not practically obsolete. Okay. Bomber. No, we don't have a launcher yet. We can't do a bomber yet. Alright. Let's get a bomber fire control and our missile. And where is our launcher? There it is. So, okay, so now we can shift labs out of there. Well, we can't put him into there. He's as good as he can get. And he's the best guy we've got, so that's fine. We'll shift you into energy weapons. Try and get those lasers going. Get a few guys into that. Oh no, there's our missile kinetic guy. Fuck. Get out of that. Get out of that. Bull Ant, box launcher, Stinger, which is a new AMM. And then we're going to run railgun launch velocity. Get a little bit of a longer range railgun. And then finish off ordnance production. And then we're going with agility, and I suppose that's fine for now. Okay. Bomber fire control is done. I want that launcher first. Did we get that? Alright, we got Stinger, launcher, and Bull Ant. Awesome. Done. Let's go make our bomber. So, first things first, we need our... Oh, there's a space in there. Annoying. Bomber fire control. Okay. So we got a bomber fire control. 50 tons. Not too shabby. We need... ECM's too big. I can't spend 150 tons on it. Its size is going to have to do. We're not going to run those. We've got a size 6 box launcher, but we need an engine. Now, let's run, where is it? So we start with smallest. Actually, let's pack box launchers in. How many can we get as just a stationary thing? We're also going to shift this down to half a month. Okay, so we can fix 9 launchers into just the hull of the ship. Not going to do us much good. So let's start with 2 hull size engine. I'm going to strip out launchers. There we go, 460. 8,000, that's not good enough. Okay, what about the most powerful engine? That's fast. 17,000, that could work. We have 4 launchers. 17,000, it'll be about 15,000 speed. That's reasonable. That's about as fast as their actual missiles are. We're going to need our fighter engineering space just to stop it from failing instantly. We've got 20 more tons. What are we going to put? We need some fuel. So we want... There it is. Fuel, we're going to go with a small, 10,000 liters. There we go. 20,000 liters is 1.3 billion kilometers. That is actually really, really, really low. Like, you know what? 1.3 billion is actually not terrible. It's 16,000 kilometers a second. 21 hours to get to 1.3 billion kilometers is pretty dang spectacular. But because we only have a flight time of 21 hours, we don't need half a month. So let's shave it down to 0.1 is 3 days. We only have 1 day, so we're going to shave it down to 0.5. And that gives us an extra 260 kilometers a second. We can probably put... No, we can't. There we go. 5,000 extra liters, 1.6 billion kilometers. So... yeah, there's nothing else we can fit in there. So that'll do. 3 crew. That's pretty damn small. That's very, very small. And we have 4 boxes. So that's 4 launchers, which is pretty good. All things considered. It's not as good as there was, but they had 1,000 tons. Now, we could run a 1,000 tonner. Let's just copy this so that we don't screw anything up. If we run a twin engine, how many more launchers can we get? Because we don't need an additional fire control. We can just stick extra boxes. Okay, that's nice. We want a little bit more fuel out of it though, so 2 billion kilometers. That's cool. We can even stick an armor on it. That's a 16,000 kilometer per hour FAC. 1.9 billion, 32 hours, 8 missiles. But it's 1,000 tons. Wondering whether it would be worth it to run FACs instead of bombers. Now, the only real advantage is that the biggest problem with this thing is that we'd have to build it with shipyards. We can't mass produce with things. But like, how many did we have? Like, we had 4. We're only doubling it anyway, so we might as well just build 2 actual bombers. Like, we're not really getting anything out of running this thing. The only difference is that there's 1 extra crew in the FAC. It's it's irrelevantly smaller, but the maintenance life is irrelevant, all things considered. We only get 0.3 billion kilometers range more, and it's not a fighter, so delete you. Alright. And we're going to rename this to... We don't have a bomber. Okay. We're going to go new hull. And it's a bomber. What's the classification for a bomber? NATO classification is what I want. Not military, NATO. NATO classification bomber. Here we go. NATO reporting name. Aircraft. It's just a B, but that I think. List of NATO reporting names for bomber aircrafts. That's just no. That's not what I want. Well, just a single B, but single B is also battleship. So just gonna call it BR for bomber. That'll do. It's not really that relevant anyway. It only appears in a few places. Okay. And for the class, we're going to go for as fantastically recommended, the classic Australian dive bomber, small dive bomber. The big one is the drop bear, of course. But this one we're going to call the Magpie because it's small and it comes in and it smashes your face in. Okay. This is not too shabby. This is not too shabby for a bomber. Perfectly serviceable. I think we're going to use these. That, of course, means that we need to go and work out our hangar. This thing's worthless because it's meant for survey. Do we have any actual kind of carrier? No, the James Cook was supposed to be the carrier, but no. Okay. We need a carrier. Deployment time, we're going to go for 24 months. Nah, make it 16 months. A little bit longer than the 12 months plan for everything else. Give it a little bit of armor. And then we want hangar decks. So, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 10,000? That would give us 19 actual bombers in a wing. Or 2 wings of 9 bombers each. That's pretty damn scary. 10 bombers each if you have something else to paint the targets with. Which I think we might... no. We'll do a different way. ECM, of course. Yeah, 10,000 hand capacity is pretty good. Just for a little light carrier. We're not doing anything crazy with it at the moment. Put thermal and EM sensor on there because we want it to have passive capability. We don't need much of defenses. The carrier is not meant to defend itself. We do need a larger magazine, one that's significantly more... it doesn't really matter. Oof, that's big. Alright, let's run a 3 magazine. Yeah, we're gonna run 3 magazines, and I'm gonna make a collier to go with it. So, because we need to keep it under 20,000 tons. Now we need our engine. Now we could run the combat drive. That gives us 4 billion kilometers, but I think we need something more energy, more efficient. It's slow though. It's very slow with this. If we shave 2 layers of armor, yeah, but then we need maintenance on top. No, we're gonna have to run the combat engine. Okay. It's still very slow, but see, this is the problem. The bomber is okay. The carrier is difficult. We might have to shrink it and make it smaller. Otherwise, we'd have to expand jump capacity and expand shipyard significantly, and yeah, it would just end up being a mess. So, we need damage control. We need engineering spaces. We need maintenance storage bay. We need more fuel. We definitely just need more fuel, full stop. Million liters? No, too big. 700? That's not too shabby. We got 800 tons. Keep excess quarters, and we are going with... so we've got 20 bombers total, and they've got about 3 crew each. 3 crew each. So 2, 4, 60. Perfect. Stick one more, 80. That gives us room for expansion and larger ships, and 20,000 tons. This can also work on our frigates as well in a pinch. I wouldn't recommend it, but it can. Like if one of our frigates gets damaged, the Menorah can repair it in the field. The bombers are gonna have to hang around and hope they don't break down because they're not gonna be able to fit. But it can pick up, collect, and repair our frigates, which is the important bit. So, super slow. Not actually that much slower than our freighters, though. I think it's actually only a little bit faster than our freighter tankers. Not freighters, just tankers. Very lightly armored, and basically 0 self-defense capability. We could make it better by stripping out a little bit of hangar capacity. If we drop it to 9,000 tons, if we drop it to 9,000, that gives us more room for fuel. So we can stick another large in there, get it up to 16 billion. Get another maintenance storage bay. But like, there's not really much else that we need, to be honest. Like, what we need is a freaking engine. We need another engine. That's what we need. Except the problem is that the engine is 2,500 tons. We can't fit that, and not without stripping out 3,000 tons worth. Now that'll get us some nice speed. We get a nice little fast carrier this way, but we'd only really carry one very large wing. Or 2 very, very small wings. I mean, it would still be functional, right? This gives us 14 fighters in the hangar. And 14 fighters, 13 of which can be realistically bombers. That is fucking terrifying. 13. So we got what? 13 bombers, each one packing 4 missiles. That's like 50 missiles. 30. Yeah. What is it? So we got 13 bombers, 4 missiles, 52. That's 52 missiles in one go for one 20,000 ton ship. Okay, but what can we do with the Kamal? Do we have our super tiny launcher? Let me go have a look. I don't think we do. Copy. Do we have a super tiny launcher? That's 33%, but we can go smaller than that. Launchers. 25. Okay, and let's go for size 10. And we are going to go with Long Arm Industries. They're going to be our launcher manufacturers from now on. Okay. Let's see what we can do with a Kamal Heavy. Before we start making bombers and that carrier and dedicating shipyards to it, let's see what we can do with one of those. Cancel you. Get you that. Then we can do ordnance production and what's the other one? Agility and railgun velocity. I think that's what we're doing. Whatever. Let's get this done. Okay, that's done. So, let's go design the Kamal Heavy. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to strip out anti-missile missile capability. So, gone. Gone. We're not going to worry about defensive capability. We're going to worry about offensive capability only. We're going to strip out our old 33 reductions. And we are going to run our Long Arm Industries. So how much is the Kamal? 14,400. So for about the same tonnage, we can get 15 missiles. Not too shabby. Now, if we're going to be running a collier anyway, we don't need as much magazine capacity on our actual missile ships. So let's pump those numbers up. There we go. 30 missiles. So not as much as a full wing of bombers. But remember, the carrier is 20,000 tons. This thing's 5,000 tons less. Now, at 30 launchers, we're going to need an additional fire control. So, stick another one of these in. Might even run another one of these entirely. And let's pump those numbers up. Oh, whoops. Wrong one. Alright, 20,000 tons. We now have 60 size 10 missiles. So, the bombers only carry size 4s. We carry size 10s. So, we have a bigger missiles on these. We got a bigger missiles and we have 60 of them in a 20,000 ton package. So, for the same tonnage as our carrier, Never mind our actual bombers. For the same tonnage as our carrier alone, we can carry a bigger payload than an entire bomber wing. Now, it's not as good. Now, this will work. This will be less effective against point defense because we only have 3 fire controls. If we put an additional fire control in there, I mean, they're not that big. They're only 200 tons. So, 4 of them. If we do 6 of them, that's 10 salvo. So that's 10 missile salvos. So 6 10-missile salvos. That is actually now pretty scary. We get good amount of granularity, and we get some pretty damn scary salvo size. But we're not done yet, because this thing's still running the ion combat drives. You'll notice the speed is 44. This thing's running ions. Let's switch it up to mag plasmas. And now we're doing 5200. That's not that much lower than our fleet speed. Because our ideal fleet speed is 6000 at the moment. What are the Wallabies running? 7.5. Yeah, so Wallabies are running 7.5. Waller 6. Oh no, not Waller 16s. Our Cactuses are running 6000. We ideally want the Kamal's Heavy to be running at 6,000 themselves. So we would have to shave the tonnage a little bit. So let's trim out 1 set of launchers, 1 fire control. Now it's 5,700. That's a little bit small. That's enough less than our fleet speed that I am satisfied that this will be functional. Now, ordnance. I'm going to strip out those nails. They're useless. We're not going to need them. We're going to strip out the hammers because they're old. And we are going to... Actually, do we want to run our bull ants? Because our hammers have the 145 million kilometer range. Our bull ants do not. Our bull ants are also size 6. So, our launchers are in excess of the size that we want. So, we're going to stick with the hammers on these. And we can fit 112 of them. Ignore that -4. We can fit 112. That gives us 2 salvos plus like an extra 1, which is not too bad. We are going to be almost entirely dependent on our collier, though. So the Kamala Heavy on its own is a little bit of a one-pump chump. I mean, it'll absolutely destroy anything it comes across. But once it's blown its salvos, it's out of action. But it's not that much more expensive than the Kamal. And it carries a truly terrifying payload. That's like really scary. That is on par with our bombers. That's really damn scary. I'm wondering maybe we should just do both. So we're going to rename this to the Kamal Heavy. Okay. And we've got composite armor. I would love to get more armor, but we might have to wait for new armor before we can do that. Yeah. No, this is fun. Now, the reload rate is absolutely atrocious, which is not a good thing. But, yeah. With only 2 salvos, it's not going to prove too much. It's not going to prove an issue. Okay. I think this is what we're going to run with. Stick an ECM in there, because we want one. 18,300 is our tonnage. We have 17 billion kilometers of fuel, which is a good amount of fuel. Yeah. I think this is good. Oh, I want the damage control. I don't like only having 9. 1 damage control, please. That'll pump it up to 19. Okay. We've got enough MSP to repair everything. Our armor is a bit on the low side, then our speed is a little bit on the low side. I would love to get slightly more powerful engines on this thing. How much of this is actually engines? Only a quarter. Might be refittable. Maybe. Might be worth getting a little more power out of our engines, though. 50 and... So it's 1040 at the moment. Oh, sheet. Look at the ship calculator out. So 18,450 is our tonnage. So 18,450 is our tonnage. And we have... What's our power mod at the moment? It is... 1.3? Yep, 1.3. 1.3. There we go. And we're just gonna try and get it close to 6K. So as it stands, we're gonna need 3 engines. So obviously we don't want that. Can we do 1.4? That'll do it. 1.35? No, we need 1.4. Okay, so 1.4 will get us the power we need. That's tiny. I don't like having such a similar shit engine just for the Kamal Heavy. Like pre-production for it is going to be complicated. So I'm not a super duper fan of it. Are we close to like a fuel efficiency tech or anything like that that might make things a little bit less painful? Not even at all. Okay. Okay. Alright, alright. I want that extra 400 kilometers a second. I want that extra speed. Actually, if we're going to be designing a new engine, we might as well go for... Might as well get maximum benefit and stick the extra armor on there. So, okay. What does it say for a 19300? $1.45. That'll do. Yeah, okay. That'll give us the speed we need. So 1.45. Here we go. KH for Kamal Heavy. And... so Lockheed is running... Lockheed is going to be our small engines. Let's go with... Lamborghini makes marine engines. Sure. Because why not? Let's go with... Yeah, let's go with these guys. Because why not? Okay, so we have our engine. We have our Kamal Heavy. It just needs its engines so that it can be nice and fast and speedy and strong. So let's pull 10 labs off you and give them to you. And that's going to be until March 51. So that's going to take a little while. Potteroos are in progress. It looks like we're out of resources for some of them. We are going to have to ramp up capacity on our shipyards. Ugh, no, we can't do that with retooling for the Cactus. Yeah, we need to jack up capacity on our Kamal shipyards so that we can build the Kamal Heavy. We're gonna tool up Hammond so that we can retool for our carrier if need be, because bombers do have the big benefit of that range. Because if you remember, like the Kamal Heavy, yeah, okay, it has a massive salvo, that's fine, but it still only has 150 million kilometer range, and it's big, so it's going to get spotted at those 150 million kilometers. The bombers can get in much closer, which is why they don't need the longer range missiles, and they can still carry a lot of a big salvo, and they can fire off from a lot closer without potentially getting shot. So there is definitely benefit to having the carrier and bombers as well, in addition to everything else. So yeah, so we will be running both. We will be running both. Okay. In the meantime, though, how is our battle fleets doing? Half a month on Battle Fleet 1. Battle Fleet 2, first Battle Fleet 2 is in position. Second Battle Fleet are ready to go. I'm wondering if we should send them on an expedition out. Yeah, I think we should send them on an expedition out. So we're going to send the Double Hump R for rescue purposes. And we are going to send the second Waller out. I thought we had a... Could have sworn we had a... Right, no, we're tooling for the Cactus. We haven't built one yet. Okay. Hang on, no. We have a Waller 16. We're tooling for the Cactus, but we should have a Waller 16. Where's our Waller 16? Oh, it's on first battle fleet. Okay. Yeah, the maintenance clock isn't too bad. So I think we're going to send out battle fleet, the second battle fleet, to go and see what's on the other side of Melbourne. Maybe make an additional foray into enemy territory. I'm wondering if I should, because we got the Waller 16 over here, and we've got two old school Wallers in here. I am concerned. You know what though? If we had been firing AMMs from moment one, we probably would not have had as many losses. So yeah, no, it's fine. We're gonna go make a foray. Go do a standard transit. All actives on. We are running on red alert as soon as we go through. Let's go see what's out there. Alright, we are now in Melbourne. Nothing here. Okay. Go to Perth. And where's refuel from? Double Hub is not a tanker? Is Double Hub not flagged as a tanker? Oh, it's not. Weird. Not sure why it wasn't flagged properly. Okay. That might explain a few things. Okay, so refuel from own tankers. So refuel from own tankers refuels the ships in this task group from ships flagged as tanker in this own task group. So the fuel in the Double Hump should drop, and the fuel on everything else should rise. And then we should be ready to take a foray into Perth. Yeah, nothing special there. Nothing special there. In the meantime, I think that we are going to proceed with scrapping of the quackers, for they are surplus to requirements. Why can we not scrap them? Sit on top of, yes. If only it wasn't so wasteful. They have such good training. Okay. Scrap. Quacker. Now why can't it scrap them? They're right there. Something is being weird. We've got the slipways. We definitely have the naval capacity. I know we're not tooled for it, but you don't need to be well, you shouldn't need to be tooled to scrap. Yeah, I'm 99% positive that you don't have to tool to scrap. Okay, this one can scrap the camel. Okay, so... Okay, well, of course that one can't scrap. It has no slipways. But that one can. This one can't? Maybe because it's tooling? Okay, so because it's tooling, it can't scrap. Alright, fine. Whatever. Calgary, Canada. Collingwood, Wolf. And Quacker. Retire in peace. Alright, that'll take him a little while. Battle fleet has arrived. So as you can see, fuel for everybody else is a max. Fuel on the double hump is low. That's fine. We are going to split you off. And second battle fleet, you are going to make a transit into Perth. Alright, before we do that, second battle fleet, Wallers, we are going to configure your point defense. Final fire, final fire. Final fire, copy assignment, yes, good, set, open fire, just, well, open fire all just in case. These guys are already configured, fine, and we have nails on point defense mode, which is fine. Just in case, good. Sensor is fine, and we're on point defense mode already. Yes, we are. Good, excellent, perfect. Transit. Alright, doesn't look like there's anything here. Let's go make a raid on Perth A1. See what's over there. We're going to go a couple of hours in. Okay, and nothing is definitely there. We are going to now transit the double hump into Perth, and we are going to we're just going to follow at, let's say, that's what, 10 million kilometers? That'll do. Alright. 8-day runs. We'll see what we run into. Make it a little smaller. See if we run into anything at all. Alright. We have a Galchine. These guys are... What do these guys do? Beam fire control. They're gunships, looks like. Okay. 10,000 tons. That's fine. Missile fire control is in range. We're just going to do a couple minute jump to get them into confirmed range of the hammer. Yes. Good. Perfect. Lock weapons. And open fire. I don't really care too much about overkill. I just want missiles away. Launched. Cease fire. Clear the targets. And might as well put a stop to them. And should we pop? Pop. Job's done. Move on. Double hump. We are going to get you to rescue those survivors. And keep on moving. Okay. So what we are trying to do is we're trying to clean out all of their combat ships and strip away their combat capability so that we can get close enough to make assaults on their shipyards. We know that there are at least 3 most likely 3 orbitals around their home planet. So that is what we are going to have to tackle. Very, very likely they are going to have a lot of anti-missile capability on those orbitals, and our heavies are going to be responsible, and our bombers are going to be responsible for overcoming those defenses. So that is what we are seeking to ultimately accomplish. Because they are relatively low tech, I'm not sure about invading them. I think that just doing a straight up orbital bombardment and nuking them into the dirt might be the better option. Otherwise, we basically have to forever have a blockade around their planet to make sure that they don't build any new shipyards or ships. So I don't know yet. Ooh, retooling for the Cactus is done. Perfect. We're gonna build one. And not Battle Group 1. Don't be an idiot. Alright. Start building... Yeah, start building a Cactus. Let's run days. Ooh, here we go. Ah, tiers. So, we know these guys. So, first things first, second battle fleet, cancel orders, and turn around, head back towards Melbourne Jump Point. So this will give us more time to fire. Potteroos, we are on full defense. Palisades are on full defense. We are on anti-missiles for our launchers. And we are going to Um, we need to survive first. We need to survive first. We are going to be using our Res 1 sensors to shoot down missiles. So we need those active on the... need those active first. Survivors can then turn around and fire on the actual turrets themselves. So let's go. I believe that they have already launched their missiles. But we are turning around. About face. Yeah, they're turning around. They've definitely already launched missiles. We are opening as fast as possible to give our anti-missiles as much time as possible. We are faster than they are, so we will be able to close in on them before they can return back to their home base to rearm and reload. So this is where we lost one of our wallers last time. So I'm really hoping that we do not have a repeat of that scenario. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them. How many did we have last time? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So they actually have less tiers than before. So we have less tiers and we have actual point defenses active. So I think that we should be capable of shooting these guys down this time. And keeping all of our ships safe. We might still take a couple of hits. But we should be fine. We'll see who they actually fire against as well. What I might actually do is I'm going to split off. It's super dangerous, but it could split the Huntsville and move it forwards to try and get better sensor capability. So, because like they didn't fire on the Huntsville last time, they fired on our capitals. So it's entirely possible that they might not actually have the resolution to fire on the Potteroos. But if they shoot down the Huntsville, then we basically have no way of shooting down missiles or doing any kind of detection because that's our only sensor platform. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run protected. And so threat, and we're just going to stick it 100,000 kilometers. No offset. I'm going to take that risk. Okay. So Huntsville moving forwards. I mean, I believe we do actually... Do we actually have a Res 1 sensor beyond that one? I'm pretty sure we do. Yeah, we do have a Res 1 on something else. Okay, now we're going to move it back. I think the Wallers have Res 1 sensors. Let's put you at... 1 million kilometers instead. Where are those missiles? Yeah, we do have Res 1s. So we will spot things if we do lose the Potteroo censorship. But this will hopefully see the missiles before they actually get closer. so we will have more opportunity to fire on them with the nails. No, further. Let's go for 4 million kilometers. There they are. Okay. Nails going out. Hopefully, they're not heading for the Huntsville. So, Huntsville, I'm going to get you to offset to 20 degrees. No, we need you exactly where you are. Yeah, just need you exactly where you are. Stick it with 3 million. So, alright, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Where's the other one? Where's a 10? That one's missing 10 for some reason. I don't know why. Alright. Let's see what happens. So, we're moving away instead of towards, which is going to give us more time. We are detecting them further out, which is going to give us more time. So, overall, we are in a significantly better position than we were last time. So, nails, more nails going out. Now, the nails aren't the most super accurate. Let's see if the Huntsville dies now. Yep, no, they're going for the capitals. Good. So, they're not the most super accurate, but anything we shave off is missiles that we've shaved off. So, what's their accuracy? 43%. So, we've shaved off 5 of them. That's 5 less than our point defense has to handle, which is pretty cool. I like it's better. So that's 3 more. Ugh. We really do need a better missiles. Oh shit, we lost contact. Huntsville, get back here. Get back to 1. And we're about to lose all the nails. Fuck. Maybe. No, they're still intercepting. Huh. Interesting. They're supposed to lose, they're supposed to self-destruct when they lose target lock. Yeah, the Huntsville isn't going to be able to catch up those missiles. So, hopefully that's enough, and we'll get more opportunities once they actually... Hang on. Hang on, hang on. Oh, holy shit. We have fire control. We do not have an actual sensor. Ah, crap. Are you kidding me? I thought we had an active sensor on these. Do the Wallers have... They do have a sensor. Okay. They do have a Res 1 sensor. Where the hell is it? It's running. Yeah, no, it is there. Okay. It's just in that little shadow gap in between. So we'll see them pop up momentarily. Scared myself there for a moment. Thought we were about to get snapped by all the remaining missiles without being able to see them at all. But yeah, okay, there they go. They pop back up again. Yeah, so they were in a little shadow. And that is the big problem, that you need to know where your shadow is. And unfortunately I miscalculated there. But we got more nails going out. Would have been nicer if they had been able to continue fire the entire time, instead of hanging around and doing nothing for a while. But hopefully we shave off enough of them that our point defense fire is still functional. But I think we might have shaved less than 1 actual salvo. Like, I'm not sure we shaved off like an entire salvo. Like, yeah, The nails are not good. Alright. Coming in. That one missile is probably going to screw us because it's going to use up an entire fire control. Alright, here we go. Point defense, go! Alright. How many did we take? 11 hits, and we lost a waller. Fuck! Again! Oh. Are you kidding me? Okay. I want some proper fucking missiles. Get me stingers. Got 3,000 nails. They're not going to do us any good. So I want 2,000 stingers. I can't believe we lost another waller to this bullshit. Okay. Okay. Let's go fuck up those tiers. Turn around, head back. Let's go. Alright, at least we're able to finish off the rest of that salvo without suffering any more damage. Okay. Unfortunate. Alright. Kamals, let's do this. Clear. Clear. Assign. Fire. Assign. Lock. Fire. We should have fired the hammers. If we fired the hammers, that might have broken weapons control. Okay. Reloaded. Good. Assign 4. Assign. Oh, it didn't actually get a weapon. Okay. Fire the hammer. Good. 15. Assign launcher 3. 16. Assign launcher. 15 and 16. So 17 and launcher 4. 18 and launcher 3. And then 19 launcher 5. 20 launcher 6. And out. Alright, ceasefire. First things first. Double hump, how you doing? 14 days, that's not enough. Alright. We're gonna have to collect the waller separately because we only have 13 and a little bit days, so those 143 survivors are not going to make it as they are. We might need a faster rescue ship. Because, yeah, double hump R is not going to make it. So, second battle fleet, we are going to peel off... Yeah, peel off Prince Rupert. Rescue, and then join. Double hump. You're just going to follow. So, history repeats itself. Again. I really thought we had it. I think we would have had it if we had had stingers for our anti-missiles. And if we had maintained weapon lock, sensor lock the entire time. If we had done that, and perhaps if we had fired the hammers immediately, we might have potentially made it. But, yeah. I think we did better than last time, but we didn't do good enough compared to last time. So, we are a little bit over time, so I think I'm going to end this episode by watching the hopefully last of their tiers go down in nuclear fire. Which I think is very appropriate, all things considered, because so far these bastards have cost us 2 of our point defense ships. If we had had Waller 16s, we might have potentially done better, but I don't think that that's the problem, because the problem is that we were kind of lacking in fire controls, and the Wallaroos were not quite good enough for what we were asking them to do. Like, yeah. Some of these should be intercepting these ones. Bang, destroyed. Bang, destroyed. Bang, destroyed. Bang, bang, destroyed. I think one of them actually missed. Tier 17, wow. You are one lucky fucker. Let's put another missile up your tailpipe, shall we? 17, lock, and launcher 4. Okay. Ceasefire. Yeah, because it's not quite 100% accuracy. Bang. Bang. Alright. Last one. Bang. Okay, and that is the last of the tiers. Hopefully, that's the last of the tiers. Now, we are just going to go have a look at their capital. We're probably just going to lob our hammers at it and try and burn off some of their AMMs. We might even be able to make it, but unlikely. I'm not going to try and get into their AMM range. And I am very concerned because we are down to only a single Waller in here. So we might potentially even just pull out entirely. But, yeah. If we do it, when we do this again, we are definitely going to be... I think we're going to bring 3 point defense ships. Because if they rebuild another squadron of tiers, I do not want to be losing another Waller to these bastards again. But combined with our improved AMMs and bringing 3 point defense ships, we should be able to handle it properly this time. Next time. But for now, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode where we are going to be hopefully getting our Kamal Heavy plasma engine finalized, and then we are going to start tooling for that, and that ship will definitely be capable of handling, well, a couple of those ships will definitely be able to handle anything in terms of point defenses that these guys have. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.